Hi, friends. I'm Dave Barklow, pastor at Fort Walton Beach First United Methodist. Welcome to the Pastor's Study, our daily devotional to help us focus our mind on the things of God. We're going through the Gospel of Mark together. We're still in the 7th chapter of the Gospel, and here Jesus has been in conflict with some of the religious leaders. And he is going to kind of continue his words of warning towards them today. So we're going to be looking at Mark chapter 7, verses 14 through 23. Then he called the crowd again and said to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside a person that by going in can defile, but the things that come out are what defile." When he had left the crowd and entered the house, his disciples asked him about the parable. He said to them, "Then do you also fail to understand? Do you not see that whatever goes into a person from outside cannot defile, since it enters not the heart but the stomach and goes out into the sewer?" Thus he declared all foods clean. And he said, "It is what comes out of a person that defiles. For it is from within, from the human heart, that evil intentions come. Fornication, theft, murder, adultery, avarice, wickedness, deceit, licentiousness, envy, slander, pride, folly. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person." So here Jesus is saying these religious leaders have been so concerned about what happens to the outside, about what their body touches, or about whether the food they eat is clean or has been washed properly. Or if you remember a few days ago, it was about had they washed their hands properly. And Jesus says all of that doesn't matter. It's not what goes into the body that defiles it. It's not outside things that come into the body that brings defilement. Rather, it is the things that come out of our mouth that show that we are already defiled, that show our sinfulness, that we don't become sinful by what we put into the body. Rather, we expose our sinfulness by what comes out of us, by our words and by our actions. Jesus said it's our words and our actions that actually reveal whether or not we're following the law. So here Jesus is definitely putting much more weight on the moral side of the law than the ritual cleanliness side of the law. Now, of course, being ritually clean was a very important piece of the law from the Old Testament. It was something that helped set the Jewish people, the Hebrew people, apart. But here Jesus really does put his finger on the scales, saying that it's the important pieces of the law, moving forward especially, are those moral pieces that teach us who we're supposed to be and who we're not supposed to be. So friends, let's remember that today. Let's don't get caught up in little things, but remember the big things. Let's not get too caught up in rules that don't matter, but rather remember the ethics that truly do. Let us be Christ in the world today. Remember, friends, I love you. Take care of yourself and shine the light of Christ.